All right, I guess we clocked in. Let's work. Hey, what's going on, party people? It's been a minute. Right back at it. You know what I'm saying? I had to be closed for spiritual maintenance. You know what I'm saying? You definitely got to recharge from time to time. But anyway, we stay on it though. Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a great pleasure having you here. I go by the name of L'Esprit. I am a spiritual healer. And being a spiritual healer, what I do pretty much is that I help you to become Christ like. I help you to become Buddha like, Krishna like. And what all of that means pretty much is that I help you to attain your highest level of consciousness. And for you to attain your highest level of consciousness, you would have to become whole or holistic, meaning you would have to embody yourself and seeing things from not just a one-sided perspective, but you got to see it from different perspective. I help you in so many ways to the whole idea of mind, body, and soul. And for you to become Christ-like, what this is truly saying is, it's you becoming a fully developed human being. That's all that shit is. Now, the whole mystery aspect of it, comes in because we are mysterious. You are the mystery. Pretty much you don't know where you come from. We speculate a lot, which is great, but all I'm saying is this. There's a lot more to us than what we appear to be. So therefore, that's where the mystery is, and that's where the mystery is taking place, because we are that. Even to study ourselves, see how we do things, there's a lot more to us than what we appear to be. Just when you think, let's just say hypothetically, that's why you have, let's just say you go see a psychologist, for instance, that would help you to address some of the things that you may have experienced at an early age. It shows you, that you may be holding on to. I'm saying that to say your emotions and a lot of different things about you plays a big part on how you see things and who you are. So that goes to show you we are not as simple as we think we are. Let's just say you're living life, it's a simple yes or no. There's a lot more that comes to you, than just what you appear to be. And becoming fully conscious of that, or to be having that Christ consciousness, or to become Buddha, that's what this whole shit is really all about. And as a spiritual healer, that's what I do. That's what I help you with. In other words, the Buddhists, they talk about, the mirror of wisdom. And that's technically what I do. And that's technically what any of us can do. It's holding that mirror for you to see you. Even me sharing this very thing with you, all I'm saying here or doing here is pretty much exposing this for you to see it and for you to understand it. If you're a match to it. And here's something else too. You got to be a match to it. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. All I'm saying is, as a spiritual healer, I help you to attain your highest level of understanding of self. And ultimately that leads to you to be a fully developed human being. But for you to do that, you have to become mentally and emotionally balanced. And what I talk about, and what I really mean about that, to be mentally and emotionally balanced, would be another way that I go about helping you to become Christ-like. And why is that important? The reason it's important for you to become mentally and emotionally balanced is the only way for you to have or to attain that highest level of clarity. Why? Because we all know and we all have experience, or you probably even have been there yourself, where, when you, let's just say, being emotionally unbalanced, and that could be seen in so many different ways, meaning you could be in love and not fully seeing things as they are. You could be triggered or mad and not really seeing things as they are. That's why they would tell you, you probably don't want to make a life decision when you're mad. Give it a minute. Take a deep breath. What this is all saying is, at that particular moment, there's a few things that you may that is in front of you that you don't see. But ironically, this is how deep this shit is too, because this is also revealing your state of being. Because why would me being mad not allow me to see things, or I would miss out on a couple things that otherwise I would have just seen? That is to show you again, you are more than what you appear to be, which I'll be talking about that down the line. But also this is referring to you again. I'm jumping ahead of myself here, but it's just to show you when we're talking about spirituality, which I will be talking about shortly. Again, it's us. To fully grasp us, you have to see not just your physical self, but you also got to see the non-physical aspect of you. And that's what the holistic perspective is all about. That's how you being whole is all about. That's what the Christ consciousness is all about. That's what Krishna is all about. Like when you see these motherfuckers talking about energy and this and that, they're not negating this life. You're not suppressing. You're not saying the material doesn't exist. No. What you're truly saying is, in spite of this, there is a lot more to it. Do you see what I'm saying? It's almost like, like for you to see the full picture, you can't be on either side. You got to have a full, seeing the full picture is to have a full perspective. And that also means you got to see it from different perspective. So, being emotionally unbalanced, you don't see the full picture. We all see what happens when people are being too emotional, or maybe when you fall in love. All of these things are being unbalanced or emotionally unbalanced. And the same thing applies. Now, what I notice is this. A lot of people now, seeing what takes place when you're being emotional, or some people would even equate that to being weak. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'll talk about that in just a little bit, right? Because of that, some people would say, you know what? It's necessary for me now to become more intellect, or to be mentally stronger. That's what you'll see when people are saying, and again, for lack of better terms here, you never hear people saying, like, can love pay my bills? It's coming from of that, okay, I was loved, or I was trying to love. Where did it take me? In fact, I missed out on a lot of things. Right? So as a result, now you feel the need or the urge to become more, let's just say, intellect. And it's sad to say, and it's the same bullshit, because now, as you choose to become more intellect, the same thing's happening to you now. Now you can't relate to other people. Now, what you're calling being logic, there's also another set of logic when you're being emotional too. Because being emotional would allow you, let's just say, to understand your current situation. Do you see what I'm saying? Business is business, right? But depending on where you are, although it may still be business, you're going to have to acknowledge certain things. And that's what emotion does. So therefore, you're being short-sighted by being emotionally unbalanced. But when you also suppress the emotion to be more intellect, you're also being short-sighted as well. And that's what you also see now. People are being rigid. You're being fucking very robotic. I like to call these motherfuckers Judge Dredd, because now you're thinking just being intellect It's going to allow you to see things better, and it's not true. You need to be, the thing is, now you need to, that's why adopting a holistic perspective is the key. It's not a matter of 50-50. It's a matter of being fully emotional and fully intellect. And then having those two to merge together. Not 50-50 or half being emotions and half intellect. No, you use both of them. And that's what's going to give you a higher state of consciousness. I always use this fucking example, right? When the prostitute was brought to Jesus, they're saying, okay, according to the law, this is what the law says. Now, when Jesus turned around and told them, whichever one of you guys have never committed any or is free of sin, you throw the first stone. What this was saying is, it was using a little bit of emotion to expand your intellect. Why would you stone her and then you're not perfect yourself? This shit is crazy. And that's what you see with people who are being judgmental. Because they don't have emotions. They don't have compassion. Compassion is your emotions with intellects, with your intellect. Hey man, we all make mistakes. I'll make mistake myself. What would makes me feel like that I'm better than you because you make probably a mistake that I would not have made. That's technically what this shit is. Or maybe a mistake that I hold to be, worst. So to suppress your emotions, then you become that judgmental motherfucker. You become as short-sighted as, let's just, the motherfucker now who doesn't use his intellect to also expand his emotions. It's okay to fall in love. There's nothing wrong with that. But now you need to also use your intellect, because now, who are you loving on? Why would you want to share the whole aspect of not casting your pearls before swine? Is using your emotions correctly. There is such a thing as being emotionally intelligent. Now that's what you need to become. It's not to suppress either one of them. I mean, either or to be on this side and neglecting that other side. No, it's to embrace all of it. Not casting your pearls before swine allows you now to not to waste your emotions on someone who's not emotionally open. Now use your brain, but not to suppress yourself. Now that you understand why it's important for you to become mentally and emotionally balanced, because now it gives you a bigger perspective, it helps you to attain your highest level of consciousness. Now let's talk about let's talk about what I mean to be emotionally intelligent or emotionally balanced. Being emotionally balanced, what that means is simply you being in touch with your emotions and you understanding the messages you understanding your emotions. This is you now, let's just say, you got your little heart broken. And then now you acknowledging what's taking place. In so many words, when we're talking about being emotionally balanced, it pretty much entails something called, in the occult, and I'll talk about that shortly too, something called doing your shadow work. And the shadow work, that pretty much entails, the word shadow, what you don't see, what's in the darkness, and now you're dealing with that. You're doing that work. You're acknowledging those hidden feelings that you have inside of you. By acknowledging them now, you bringing them to the forefront, so then now you can acknowledge them for what they are. You're not being triggered, because being triggered, again, and this is why it's important, you have to go into the darkness for you to see the light. This is why, for you to be a fully developed human being, you can't just look at yourself from a waking perspective. You can't analyze just what you do. You can't just acknowledge the things that you see and then thinking that you are fully intelligent or you have fully developed. You must, for you to be fully developed, you must also embrace your dark side, and the dark side meaning the side of you that is not in the light. Like your feelings, your hurt, some of those things, they are not up in the light. We could see a reflection of it by the way you act, by you being triggered, but it's there. That's how it manifests itself. But nevertheless, what I'm trying to say is, that's why you got to have a holistic perspective. For you to become Christ-like, that's why you have to embody all part of you. The part that you see and the part that you don't see, in so many words. And for you to fully develop as a human being, that's why you have to acknowledge your feelings too. And that's what doing, out of the darkness comes the light. It sounds, all right, let me stop. I was about to get on some bullshit. Hey, motherfucker, it's Thursday. I want some bullshit any fucking way. But anyway, let me slow it down then. Let me slow it down for a second, right? So, that's why it's important, when we're dealing with your being emotionally balanced, what that entails, it's you now dealing with that, those hidden feelings, and you understanding, oh, this is why I feel this way. And I felt that way because of this. Then now when you have the ability to acknowledge these things, now when you happen to be feeling this way, then now you have the ability to transmute it, meaning you could change it now. Now you're not being triggered by your emotions. Now you acknowledge them. And there's also a saying in the occult, which I'll be talking about what the occult is shortly, especially if this is your first time, so you don't get spooky by it, or, it's so devil and all that shit, or evil, for lack of better terms, just because you don't understand what it is. What the fuck was I saying? I think I kind of lost the point of what I was saying. Oh, yeah. What you don't acknowledge is greater than you, or will be greater than you. Like if you don't acknowledge your monster, then you'll be, whatever you don't acknowledge is going to become your monster now. That's why we always say, what you don't acknowledge, what you accept without understanding or without acknowledging, you will reproduce that unknowingly. Gems, by the way, man. Tips, man. Just so you know, every time you come here, man, like now, oh man, I want some bullshit. Listen, every time you come here, you're always gonna get something good, man. Everything we do here is all quality. You hear me? It's all quality because, and that is some of the benefits, the perks that comes with you embracing or becoming the embodied one. When you master the men within, listen, that's what it's not a coincidence. It's called treasure. Find your treasure, man. But anyway, this guy can never be serious. But anyway, and I, again, embracing all of it. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. I want some bullshit, man. But anyway, I'm a little bit excited too, man. If this is your first time, again, this is in so many ways, we are breaking the ice, right? We you know what I'm saying? We're holding that mirror for you to see yourself, all right? You are good looking, baby. But anyway, So yeah, so what you don't say no to, you're saying yes to. And this is also going back to me saying the whole holistic shit. This is a perfect example of showing you the unknown, how the unknown is ruling your life. And for you to become the known, you have to embrace the unknown. You see how this, it could be said in so many different ways. I love to say shit a certain way too, but because being a priest or wordsmith, that's what I deal with. You know, and there's a beauty in putting those words together. But anyway, you know, check out my other channel too. You know, I think I'm gonna do something on that channel today. You know, when we talk about to give is to receive, we talk about the power of words. But that's for a different conversation. I want some bullshit. Some bullshit. I want some bullshit. It's been a minute, niggas. It's been a minute, man. Chill. Listen, man. Let me cut me some break, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm saying all of that to say, all right. Let's be serious. Let's be serious for a second, right? So again, it's revealing so many different aspects of you. This is all spiritual. Again, it's all mental. And by me saying what you don't say no to, what you don't say no, you're saying yes to, it could be tapped into in so many different ways. But what I'm trying to show you here is that there's an element of us that we don't know, and for you to be fully developed, you have to embrace all of you. But anyway, going back to the whole emotional shit, you know, that's what, to be emotionally balanced is for you to understand your emotions and understanding your emotional patterns and having the ability now to transmute that. Because anything you're not conscious of, and this is why it's important for you to go into the darkness for you to see the light. There's no other way. When Jesus ascended, he had to go down. And another way, that's just, I mean, you could look at it in so many different ways, but what this is showing you here, just like in the Bible, you'll see where God is, Satan is always chilling somewhere around there. Job, Satan, yo, Jesus, what's up? Or God, what's up? You said that's your nigga, let me see what's up with these niggas. And God say, go ahead, nigga. Just don't kill him. Again, it's a reflection, and this is, I'm trying to give you some hints, because as you see in the title, is that you are greater than fucking religion. You are greater than religion. You are greater than a fucking Bible. Just like there's a saying that goes, a pearl, or let's just say gold in a desert, has no value. The Bible means nothing without you. In fact, the reason why you guys are making the Bible is because of your motherfucking ass. Because the Bible is not the Bible if let's just say I'm Muslim. It's only the Bible because of you. And this is the part you need to acknowledge, but I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Sometimes I kind of feel like cutting down to the chase and just sticking to y'all motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you, bitch, but it doesn't work that way. But I got it. It's okay. So bear with me for a minute. That's why you gotta go in the darkness for you to see the light. You gotta have a holistic perspective for you to be a fully developed human being. That's why, like us, the mystics, we understand, we embrace all aspects of yourself. Why would you say a dream is crazy or dreaming is crazy when you experience it the same way you experiencing this waking life? And the more you get to learn about dreams too, there's a connection between your dreams and this waking life. There's a connection between what you see and what you don't see. the invisible with the visible, the eternal and the non-eternal. There's a connection with all that shit. And to be holistic or to become Christ-like, you have to embody all of that. Do you see what I'm saying? Because on a deeper level, when you understand your dreams, and that's what Carl Jung was talking about, I'm not going to spend too much time on that, it's revealing things that you need to understand about your waking life. Again, you got to go in the darkness for you to see the light. So in voodoo, when we talk about us being the mystique or the mystics, you are the mystery. You are that mystery. If you want to know how far the rabbit goes, the rabbit holes goes, get to know you. You are that journey. But anyway, neither near or there. So that's what it means to be emotionally balanced. Now, to be mentally balanced is the same baseline understanding here. You have to understand how your mind works, man. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't have to be a mechanic to drive a car, but you got to know certain things, baby. You know what I'm saying? You got to know, like, the brake pedals, the gas. There's certain things you got to know. You know what I'm saying? If you're driving a stick, you got to know the clutch. You know what I'm saying? The starter. You got to know a few things in the car for you to operate the car, man. There's no other way around that. It's your duty. You have to understand how your mind works. You got to understand, and again, you see, the people for you to have a deeper understanding, let's just say, or even people who go to school, right? You have to understand your relationship with school. If you don't, then you're just being indoctrinated. But for the sake of understanding, you have to understand how your mind is being shaped by you going to school. Because school is training you, is conditioning your mind to think a certain way. Your society that you're living in, your culture, all of these things are shaping how you think. And if these things are shaping how you think, then you're not going to be emotionally balanced. And mentally balanced. Then you'll just be following orders. Then now you're under a spell. You're being conditioned. But not mentally balanced, because now you're not seeing it from different angles. Do you see what I'm saying? Like when you hear Christians talk about the Bible, you're not, there's no way you're going to have a deeper understanding of the Bible just when you fully immerse. You got to look at it. You got to understand, understand all that shit. Again, you are greater than religion. I'm getting ahead of myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's important. Like we're living in a culture, I'll give you a perfect example. We justify relationships based on marriage. And meanwhile, people who are getting married, they telling you, hey man, marriage is a lot of work. In fact, your true work will start after you get married. In terms of really being there for one another, communication, vulnerability, intimacy, all of that shit. So getting married is not a justification for a fucking relationship, nigga. But our culture, that's what we go by. Again, you're shaping you think a certain way. It doesn't allow you to see the full picture. I even heard a guy that says the purpose of a relationship, for you to be married, having God as Jesus Christ as your personal savior and all that shit. It sounds good. And trust and believe. You can't tell me none of that because I'm living it, first of all. And I know the difference between people who are living it and people who are saying it. Because a lot of you like to say how God means a lot in your life. But the reality is, and here's something else too. We justify someone as being a good person because they go to church, because they are agreeable. These are all political, sociable bullshit. And the funny thing about it too is that while you guys are talking about this, even Jesus himself was not so much of a sociable motherfucker. So much so, the same people, I know you like to criticize the Jews, but if you step outside of this, it's not a Jew thing. It's the whole religious aspect of how you're looking at things. That's what that truly represents. And that's why, like I always tell people, if this Jesus that you're waiting to come back, if this motherfucker were to come back, in fact, there's a lot of Jesus that have been coming back, but you keep rejecting them. Like, can you really be against the fucking Jews or whatever, or however you guys want to, or actually looking at it, for motherfuckers walking around talking about he's the Son of God? What about me, motherfucker? What makes you the only Son of God? And you can't tell me it's miracle. If you want to talk about miracle, you motherfuckers also say that Satan could do miracles too, right? So why would these motherfuckers would just believe some motherfucker named call himself Jesus, that he is the Son of God, and then would automatically follow him? You tell me, motherfucker. See, you don't even understand what the fuck you're reading. Oh, jeez. That shit be fucking, oh, man. Shit's fucking crazy, man. Even the same Bible that you claim. Let me talk some shit, man. Because, like, sometimes this shit is just, that you claim, and then you don't even understand it. It's like you claiming Jesus now after his death. Do you see what I'm saying? And even that, you don't even understand that neither. Anyway, hey, man. You know what I'm saying? The people are perishing, man. Ignorance. It's a motherfucker, ain't it? But anyway, to be mentally balanced, what this is talking about, man, it's you understanding how your mind works, but also understanding the relationship of what you're coming across. Because everything we are intertwining with, or we having you crossing path with, you are in a relationship with. You are in a relationship with your school. You are in a relationship with the government. You got to pay taxes. You got to, you know what I'm saying? Give the Caesar what belongs to Caesar, man. But all of that, I'm saying all of that to say, it's the same baseline understanding when it comes to you being mentally balanced. It's not, it's to over whatever stand, it's to see it from that perspective. Like I always tell people, like for me being a Haitian nigga, it's to be Haitian without being Haitian. If you're American, it's for you to be American without being American. What that means is, yes, you were born there, but mentally, that's why with God, everything is possible. That's why with God, you belong. The whole world's belong to you. That's why with God, we are all brothers and sisters. And that God side of us, what this is referring to, is that divinity in you. Is the spirit, the energy that you carry, that you truly are. That's why this is just a vessel. It's an extension of your consciousness. That's all this shit is. That's why when you go against your body too, you're going against yourself. And that's why a strong mind is a strong body. For those of you motherfuckers who are struggling in sin, you only struggle in sin because you got a sinful mentality. That's what the fuck that shit is. You're not free. You're a slave who's having slave issues. But when you become a free man, then you have free man issues, which is not gonna be, stuck in a box or no. When you in tune or in touch with the God in you, there's no rules that's gonna tell you not to steal from your brother. You innately know that shit. I don't need a Bible to tell me not to hurt somebody else. If you need something that tells you that, that's because you're lacking something in you. You don't know who you are. You are not in tune with the God in you. And that's what the Bible is telling you too. When the Spirit liberates, having the Spirit of God in you, then you do God shit automatically. Do you understand? Like, it's almost like I've seen brothers doing it and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to talk to the young, to the kids, man, you don't want to go to jail. This is what's happening in jail. Yes, I get why you're saying that. I'm not saying it's something bad. What I'm saying is the reason why you're saying that to them, that's because you know they don't know any better. And it's the same thing that the church do to you, and it's the same thing that the Bible is doing to you, not to do this, not to do that. But once you're in tune, the God in you, you know better, you loving on yourself. You didn't have to tell me not to go to fucking jail, nigga. I'm not interested in going there. I don't need none of that. I'm not hurting other people. I don't need none of that shit. I'm not concerned. This is not for me. I have God in me, nigga. I'm living godly. This is for peasant. Go tell the stupid motherfuckers, okay, you don't need to go to jail. They're gonna fuck you up the ass. I don't need that shit. I don't need to be scared for me not to do the right thing, motherfucker. I am the right thing. So therefore, I do the right thing. I'm just saying there's layers in it, man. Know your position, motherfucker. But anyway, I get it. You're doing something good. Keep doing that. But my job, I'm trying to give you, if this is what you call doing something good, well, I'm giving you something greater, motherfucker, which is you. And when you tap into that, when you know yourself, nigga, those are petty shit. Why would you even want to hurt somebody? Like, what the fuck? I know better. And better is not me not going to jail. It's me appreciating who I am, what I need to give. I don't need to steal from other people, man. I have God in my life. I could do shit myself. Why the fuck would I need to hurt somebody? No, that's for losers, man. Because you have a lack mentality. But anyway, I'm saying all of that. And again, this is what the Bible is telling you again. But you don't have the discernment, you don't have the understanding to know it. Because, and technically what religion is doing to you too, that's why religion, in so many words, is enslaving you. It's reducing you, is putting you to a point where now you have to follow things. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's what they mean by you being the sheep now. Whereas me, I could say the same thing, but to the true God. Not to those, not to go to jail, not to those fucking social, political bullshit. Because that's what that shit is. Since when just going to church make you a good person? What? You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I'm not against, let's just say, motherfuckers going to the club and then the next day you fucking go to church. I'm not against that at all. In fact, shit. But that's what these motherfuckers do. And of course they do it, again, it's a sociable thing to do. But when God is in your life, it's not a Sunday thing. It's it's an every second thing. I breathe and leave God every motherfucking day. But anyway, I was going off for a second. You know, and that's what happens too at times, man. You gotta let niggas know at times, you know what I'm saying? But it's not personal. We were just a little bit highly invested into what we're doing. But at the same time, when you look at the bullshit, man, at times it's like, damn. But hey, it's all good. It's all good. And here's something else too. And I'm glad that I'm showing this, because that's what a lot of people look. When we talk about being emotionally balanced, that's what a lot of people are looking at. You know, did he raise his voice? Did he use profanity? Oh, you are out of control. Get the fuck out of here. Get the sucker dick. You know what I'm saying? A big one too. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's another way of controlling your behavior. Has nothing to do with being emotionally balanced. Because to be emotionally balanced, like I said, it's you acknowledging these things. Just like Jesus, when he went into the temple, was going after these motherfuckers, chasing after these motherfuckers. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that over here, man. Fuck the bullshit, nigga. This is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Like, you're gonna be emotionally, like, that's being emotionally constrained, not being emotionally balanced. That's the social political bullshit that you stupid motherfuckers are falling for. Oh, let me not raise my voice. Let me be poised. And then now, yeah, he's controlled. He's poised. So what he's saying is valid. Get the fuck out of here, man. Again, the dumb shit. The dumb shit. Anyway, see, again, and that's why, and that's how those poised motherfuckers, they know how to give you, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, that bullshit that you're looking for. But anyway, so yeah, so to be mentally balanced, that's what that entails, man. It entails you is that same baseline understanding on how your minds work, you know, how you being conditioned by this, by that, by those different institutions, because you are. And here's something else too. If, let's just say, if you're a Democrat, are you gonna vote for a Republican Party or are you gonna vote for a Democratic Party? I'm saying that to say your state of mind also has a direct impact on how you act. That's why we say what controls your emotions control you, control your actions. If a white person right now is next to you, call you nigger, and you losing your mind, you a bitch nigga. You're not claiming respect. There's no respect. You're not claiming no respect, nigga. You are being controlled. If a white person calls you nigger and you think you being bad, and that's what niggas do. You're using your actions as a way to compensate for your lack of emotions, because that shit hurts. That shit hurts, bitch. So therefore, they control your ass. You're being controlled. You're not being strong because a white person said nigga, you punched that nigga in his mouth. You're not being strong, nigga. You were hurt, you reacted. You were hurt, you reacted. You ain't no strong, none of that shit. You just a bitch ass bully. But you think, because that's what the culture's becoming now. And I'm not saying this to give a pass to white motherfuckers calling you nigga. It's not that neither. It's just you claiming your emotions, claiming your mind. Them calling you nigga has to do with them. That's their interpretation. That's their ways of looking down on you. That's their shit. Has nothing to do with you. Like, I don't give a fuck. They call nigga all day, every day. And just because they don't say it in front of you, that doesn't mean they don't say it any fucking way. Nor it doesn't mean they don't look at you that way. How about that, nigga? Claim your fucking mind, nigga. Whoever controls your emotions, control your ass. And they know how to do it too. See, right now, it's been calm, right? There hasn't been any footage dropped about a cop killing a nigga. You know what? Just for the sake of it. And they know how to trigger you too. They're probably giving you a 7, 8 years, 10 years period. Don't worry about it. They're just giving you a break now. You're just on a break, nigga. And then, sooner or later, they're going to drop it. And then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that part. Fuck out of here, man. It's just the dumb shit. See, this is why spirituality is your life. You are a spirit, man. You are spirit. Period. But anyway, so, man, that shit just had the best of me, man. It's just the dumb shit. Anyway, so that's what. Okay, let me just recap real quick. So this is why it's important for you. It's important for you to become mentally and emotionally balanced so you can become the Christ-like, which is having the highest level of consciousness. And in so many words, in so many ways, I was trying to help you to understand why it's important for you to be mentally and emotionally balanced. Because a lack of emotions do not allow, because we truly see, and here's something else too, that it's important for you to understand. The Indians call this world Maya, and I think that is the best way of describing the world that we are living in. They call it an illusion. And what that means by this being an illusion, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It doesn't mean what you're saying is not what it is. What it means is that there is more to what you're seeing. Just like in nature, what you call in the wind, electricity is able, there's a bunch of shit, nuclear, nukes and all that shit. It's all in nature. It's all in nature. Oh yeah, it's all in nature. So I'm saying that to say there was a lot more to what you see, just like yourself. Yes, for you to know who I am, yes, you may look at what I look like. You look at my face. That's a form of identity in terms of identifying my physical self. But for you to truly know me, you're going to have to go past what I look like. And for you to get to know any fucking body. So what illusion is talking about is, it's one thing to see what you see, but there is more to what you see. And the same thing applies when you're dealing in a fucking relationship. We are more than what we appear to be. That's why you can't just choose a bitch because she got a fat ass, bro. I mean, it looks nice. That is nice. Yes. I see what you see too, nigga. Yes, and my dick do get hard as just like yours get hard too. But this is where now you're gonna have to balance things out by learning how to see things past what you see. Because regardless of how fat a bitch ass look like, that doesn't mean she knows how to communicate with you. Hell, that doesn't even mean she even love your motherfucking ass. And now if you're thinking about having kids, that doesn't mean she's gonna know how to raise your kids neither. That's what makes this a fucking illusion. And vice versa, I talk about women because I'm a man. And if you're a bitch, or, I mean, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm not sexist. I mean, that's just the way it is. But if you care so much, if you're a bitch, look at a nigga the same way. All right, a good-looking man doesn't mean none of that shit. Doesn't mean, I mean, I don't know, he has the ability to fulfill you. Doesn't mean none of that shit. Nor is he gonna be a good father to your kids. None of that shit. So that goes to show you there is more to what we're looking at. Why is that important? It's important because everything that you are, I mean, this is the world that you're living in. There is a lot more to everything that you see. In fact, this is the very reason why people do magic. Magic is just dealing with energy. Or some people use that energy as a form of weapon. Then now that's why you have spell. That's when now you have black magic. It's just energy that is being used to weaponize to hurt somebody else. Or to hurt somebody. That goes to show you, you could get a gun or you could do magic. Again, there is more, a lot more to this reality, to this life than what you see. And the same thing applies to you. That's why us, the priest, or the ascended masters, we understood that. And then now, that's why we always say, we're not negating or suppressing the material world, but we know there is more to what we see. And as you get to see the more that is beyond what you see, and that's how you truly master your reality. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? But anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but I was saying that to say, you know, that's why when we talk about spirituality, when you really get to break all of it down, then you see that you are spirit. You are energy. You want to change your life? Change your mind. When the Kabbalion talks about all is mental, the baseline understanding here is for you to understand that you are energy. Otherwise, I mean, you don't do things just to do things. That's why your subjectivity is your reality. But anyway, I already talked about that. I'm not going to spend too much time. So I was saying that to say, that's why it's important for you when we talk about you being holistic, you have to embrace both your physical self and the non-physical part of you for you to attain that highest level of consciousness. The same thing could be said about embracing your masculinity and your femininity, the yang and the yin, the eternal and also the ugly and the beautiful. You have to embrace it all. Because through the ugliness, you could see beauty. You never seen, like I know for me, like a certain, like what people are calling a Kodak moment. Like we know this life, you know, okay, well, shit. Let's call it, even that. I mean, you seen the eternity in this, let's just say, non-eternal life. Everything intertwined. What you're calling death, it's just different portals. Us becoming here, we're getting to know about who we were or who we are. And then when we're there now, then we come over here to also learn about, I mean, can you see the connection? That's why when you know the truth, which is that very truth, it sets you free. That's how you transcend this reality. That's why that's how this reality that's why when you have God in your life, you find eternal life. Because now you're no longer confined by just this material, or death is not just a hard stop. But now you understand who you are, you have God in your life, you understand the divinity in you, then you understand there's no fucking, I mean, it's not a hard stop, but you understand death now is transitioning. And you've been dying all your life, from a fucking toddler to from a baby to a toddler, adolescent to a young man. Those are all different forms of death. I mean, I hope, as a young man, you're not thinking as when you were a toddler. I can only hope that for you. And for you not to think that way, you need to die. It's funny, my daughter is 12 years old now, right? And then we were looking at a picture and we were looking at a recording of her while she was a baby. She was like, Dad, why was my voice like that? Like, oh my God, I can't believe I sounded like that. I'm like, nigga, that was you. But I understand what she's saying because she's no longer that baby. And of course, we all know, and I was there too, as a kid, we all pretty much dying to die to become a fucking adult. But anyway, neither near or there. I'm saying all of that to say, again, as part of my practice or, a part of my routine here, I always take the time and talk about spirituality. And before I even, talk about spirituality, it's important for me to say this just so you understand the reality, the life that you're living in now. That's why when I talk about spirituality, like I always tell people, spirituality is just the life that you're living now. It's not someone walking around with towels, wrapped around their asses, or having this here and you saying that. They all play a part too. I'm not saying fuck this shit. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that's not what that is. Now, what you're looking at when someone chooses, that's when you become spiritual now. What that means is you acknowledge that spirit in you, then you acting in accordance. Like me wearing this, I'm already spiritual. That doesn't make me spiritual, but I wear it as an acknowledgement of the person that I am. Because I recognize death and I know spirituality, I understand what it means, then death is life to me. You can't have life without death. No way. And that's why you have to embody it all for you to be fully developed. When you go see a psychologist, they're helping you it's pretty much in the occult, and I'm going to be talking about that shortly. There's something called healing the wounded child. And we say that statement, what that means is that those early feelings, those early emotions that you had as a kid that you may have stuck in you, and that's what you are healing for you to become fully developed, to be fully developed as a human being. Because when you don't acknowledge these things, you become stuck. That's what you see when I call, I call them Chuckies. The people who have not grown, fully developed, because they got stuck or because, something happens to them and they have not, and since then, they haven't been fully developed. And then what you see with these adults, they just, have a bigger age with their big age, you know what I'm saying? But you're a fucking child. Because you have not acknowledged those feelings that would allow you now to properly grow as a person. Or to properly develop as a fucking human being. And those are what you call your haters, your haters, your energy vampires. Those are them motherfuckers. But anyway, so as part of my routine, I always talk about spirituality because for me, and I always spend a lot of times too. That's why whenever you see even the things that I'm going to be talking about, I spend more time talking about this. Because if you understand this, man, nigga, This is the sight that you need to have. Because if you understand that alone, that would give you a different perspective on looking at things already. Because what it comes down to in this life, it's not what you see, but it's how you're looking at it. That's what makes a big difference. Because a lot of us, we are in this illusion, but because you don't see it as such, or because you don't understand there's more to what you see, then you're stuck in what you're looking at. So it's not how much you see, but it's how you're looking at it. But anyway, again, spirituality is your regular life. Then what you see people doing, just like I was talking about, then once you acknowledge that in you, that's when now, I understand why it's important for you to open up your third eye. Now I could talk to you about opening up your third eye. Now I could talk to you about, meditation. Because now, the thing about your third eye, now you're opening up your understanding, your downloads. Man, I'll talk about that later, because that's going to be part of me telling you that you are greater than fucking religion, than book and whatever the fuck else. They're there to serve you, not the other way around. But anyway, now on the flip side of the occult, of the spirituality, you have something called the occult. It's also known as esoteric knowledge. It's also called as, the ancient, or our ancestors, we had what is called mystery schools. We did not allow everybody to actually be part of it. I know a lot of people always say, because there was a guy that I was talking to, he was saying, well, if that's the case, how good was it if you're doing things in secrecy? First of all, it was not a secrecy. We didn't allow anybody to be part of it because not everybody's ready. When we're talking about Esther, it's the same thing. Like, even now, here's like magic. I understand the different eras. I understand what's taking place. At one point, magic was looking at something bad, and then you have the different seasons that we're going through. Now then the information now is being brought forth. Now, a lot of people are talking about magic. You're magical doing this and that. But then again, there has to be some restriction in it. Because depending on who you are, that's why people use magic now. It's almost like, people use magic. That's why you have black magic. Black magic is not black magic. That's the issue in itself. But it's the person using it for the purpose of what they're using it for. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Like, for me, if I'm doing a spell, I don't do spell on people. You shouldn't be doing spell on people, let alone like some love spell on other people. No, you don't do that. Now, does that mean other people don't do it? Of course people do it. But that's the lack of understanding. That's why you can't be teaching magic to everybody. Because first of all, you doing that to somebody else is detrimental to you. And not just that, first of all, why would you want somebody that don't want you? Or you saying that somebody else should want you because you want them? What the fuck is this? Why would somebody else want you because you want them? Regardless of how precious you think they are, or however good you may think that you're going to bring to their life, it doesn't make sense. And here's what always end up happens. Because if that shit works, when they come out of it, it's going to be worse for you. And that shit never really works any fucking way. I mean, it does work, but with the reason why I'm saying it never really works, not because you may successfully get somebody to be fun of you, but you wouldn't have to. Do you see what I'm saying? It's I don't know, man. It's even me talking about that shit is toxic in its fucking self. Why would you want somebody that doesn't fucking want you? That's beyond my mind. You know, I mean, shit. Are you that desperate? Do you not have any qualities for somebody to want to have you? I would want somebody to want me. The fuck? So yet again, I'm saying that to say, then now because of these things now, then you have people who do not have a sense of self-development now using magic to hurt other people or to get certain things, to get someone to be quiet, to do all of that. It's not magic that's the fucking issue. Energy is energy, bro. So we didn't allow anybody to learn about certain things, not because we were trying to hide it from you, but because I know how cliche this shit sounds, but this shit is true, man. With great powers comes great responsibility, man. I know this shit sound cliche as fuck, and especially the way people are using it nowadays, you know, but it's fucking true, man. Are you gonna give a shotgun or a gun to a 2 or 3 years old, man? You can't do that. If you do, not only they gonna shoot themselves, they're gonna shoot somebody else. They might even shoot your own ass, nigga. The one who will give them the gun. We understand. When we say not casting your pearls before swine, that doesn't mean like I think I'm better than you. I'm not. No, none of that shit. It simply means I understand you. That's why you don't argue with fools, man. Are you going to, you know, that's like me trying to explain calculus to my son who's 7 years old, man. That doesn't mean, does that mean I don't want him to learn calculus? Or I don't want him to be smart? Nah, nigga. So, no, it simply means we have a greater understanding of us. That's because I have a greater understanding of myself. I have a greater understanding of what calculus is, what it would take for you to understand calculus, and there's no need for me to do that to you. That's why you don't argue with fools, man. You arguing with fools, there's no difference. Like, it's two fools arguing. Not because of what other people are thinking, but that makes you a fool too, nigga. Because you're wasting your time on a motherfucker that don't get you. So at the end of the day, what was the purpose of even you talking? These are all laws that you need to understand. These are all spiritual things. This is all spiritual. It's all mental. I'm trying to get you to see the practical aspect of spirituality because it is practical. It's a practical thing. It's not some shit that people are sitting around like the way I'm seeing it now. It's becoming this thing to talk about. It's not a thing to talk about. It's a living, it's a matter of fact thing. All is mental. Change your life, change your mentality, you change your life. You can only go as far as what you know. That goes for every fucking body. That's why it's in your best interest to develop yourself. It's more possibility. We say it all the time, but we don't understand what it means. These are practical matter, and if that's what it means, then what does that say about you? You are a fucking spirit. So spirituality is talking about the state of mind, your state of mind, you as a spirit. And that's what you see in the story of humanity, i.e. the story of spirit, humanity in the flesh. Then you'll see Hinduism, Gnosticism, Buddhism, Christianity, not the bullshit version. but the true Christianity, you know, or call it Gnosticism, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you know, but not fucking religion. The Sufis, all of that shit is meant to serve you. It's at your service. Those are what I call those manuals, instructions. Now that's where the esoteric knowledge comes in. That's when the occult comes in. Because now you're dealing with a knowledge that is specifically helping you to acknowledge those hidden part of you. Hence the occult or esoteric knowledge. That's why you will see, if this is your first time, or if you're picking up some of the basic books about the occult or spirituality, it will tell you what? You have something called a subconscious mind. And then they go to describe the subconscious mind to you by telling you, you know what? You don't even feel it. You don't even know that it fucking exists. But yet it's there. So what they're doing is they're taking something that is hidden, they bringing it into the light. Another way of saying that, something dormant, you bringing it into the light. That's what we did when you see a sphinx. That's why we use what is called, what the fuck, I just don't have it. That's what this is. This shit is. When I'm wearing this shit, anything that is dormant, I'm bringing it into light. That's why the Sphinx, all the gods, all the deep, or you'll see what you guys are calling idols, which is truly not idols, but they were there. There were tools. When you look at the Sphinx, it automatically talks to you. You see, it acknowledges, it's already telling you you are half man or half spirit, or, I mean, okay, for lack of a better term, let me just go with what they're saying. Half animal and half human. But the part of you that they telling that is human, that they're showing you as the human, they specifically showing the body and then the head, the upper side of you. That's what makes us human. We have the ability to think outside of the box. We don't do things instinctively only, but we also have the intellect, the spiritual aspect of us. These were tools. When you see the Egyptians, all this shit, the statues, like when you're a true master, because we know how to master our mind, you need to have these things around you. Because what you're doing is you're bringing it into the light. You're making it active. Another way of looking at this, do you know why it's important? A lot of people always say, man, there's something about writing your shit down, bro. If you have a goal, write the shit down. I don't know how it works, but the shit is magical. You know why? I'm going to say it to you now. It's the same baseline understanding. When you're aware, you're bringing it to light, you have more control over it. It's no longer dormant. Right now, if you're spending money from right to left, you're not taking notes of what you're spending, your spending is going to be crazy. But the minute you start noting or citing or writing your expenses, I'll bet you're going to have a better grasp of your expenses. Because now it's no longer dormant. It's no longer, now you taking charge. That's the idea. That's why you have these. These are tools. The ancient, like, you think these motherfuckers were stupid to worship clay? You stupid. You must be stupid even just for thinking about that. That's stupid in its fucking self. So there were these great guys with these great inventions, but they didn't understand this? Get the fuck out of here, man. Just like, I mean, I hate to say that shit, just like my man Denzel was talking about. I'm like, Denzel, I love you, baby, but that's some stupid shit. This nigga said the Egyptians were trying to take gold with them in the afterlife. Nah, that's some stupid shit. I mean, I know the Egyptologists, that's what they're telling you. Again, they're looking at understanding these motherfuckers from the world that they're living now. And that goes to show you, I know we like to think we are smarter than these motherfuckers. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we are not. We are waking up to them now. No, we're not. No, we're not. I mean, even if you're looking at the, I mean, I can't even say this is a fucking evolution. I mean, we are producing a lot more, even AI, a lot more shit from the external to the expense of our internal side. So we are really reducing ourselves to lesser and lesser and lesser. That's what's really happening. And then that's what we're calling evolution. AI now, they pushing that shit on you. Like, shit, nigga. I'm not even that. I mean, I'm 43, right? Well, I mean, that's what I was told. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole other story to that. But anyway, I'm 43 years old, right? Not even, I mean, a few decades, but not even a half, not even a fucking half of a century, right? I can tell you, when I was 17, 16 years old, I had a better memory. Because at that time, we didn't have any cellular phones. You know, I used to memorize numbers like a motherfuckers. You know, I used to have 10 different numbers or even more of people that I knew. Oh, okay, such and such. Okay, just let me get your number. 267, bet. Can you do that now? Your phone is doing that for you. So how good and memory plays a big part in your understanding too. And if you, I mean, shit. I mean, what's knowledge without memory? How do you retain without memory, nigga? So I'm just using, and this is, I was told I was born in 1981. This is 81 to 2025. And this is a small part of me telling you how we actually, I mean, it's not an evolution, bro. Now, if you want to talk about in terms of goods, Bluetooth, more shit, more external bullshit. There wasn't an airplane. You could travel from here to there. And this, man, that's some shit, man. I don't even want to spook you guys. But anyway. But anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's not that, man. Even gold. A lot of these guys, they used to have gold. They wear a lot of golds. Do you know why? They were not material motherfuckers. No. Because of the vibration of gold, nigga. And they understand the connection. Anyway, I'm not gonna go too much into that because you know what I'm saying. But just know everything these niggas were doing, everything around them were fucking tools, nigga. Even the architect, the house that these niggas were living in. You know, just to show you the level of vibration these niggas were in. That shit is crazy. Nigga, man, let me just say this part. I was watching this documentary. I tapped into it. That's how I knew I had a flashback automatically. I knew I was there. But most importantly, what I was saying is there was a certain angle. Man, listen, anyway, one thing at a time. Because, I mean, if you don't even understand this, like, I'm losing you already. Let's just stick to the dumb shit for now, right? So, what the fuck? So the esoteric knowledge, you know, even the gold shit. Let me. Don't worry about it. Forget that I even mentioned that. So yeah, it wasn't no fucking trying to take gold with them in the afterlife. Like, these niggas was not that stupid, man. Come on, bro. For a nigga know that dying now I'm gonna take the gold with me. It was a ritual, man. There was a meaning behind it. But anyway. Man, the dumb shit that I hear. But anyway, so spirituality is your regular life. And everything I was just talking about in this life, just to show you how deep it goes. And when you grasp that other side of you, the non-physical aspect of you, and this is really when you transcend this reality, and then now it's no longer, that's how you're being set free from a bondage or materialistic perspective. Meaning now you no longer just looking at yourself, oh, after I turn 80 or I'm gonna grow old and die, life is over. Now you have a greater perspective. Now you understand what you do in this life goes on to a fucking eternity. Now this life, now you living your life, nigga. This is legacy. Oh, it gives a whole different meaning to your life, man. Shit, nigga, you got me fucked up. That's how I know I couldn't give you guys anything lesser than what you about to see, nigga. God over everything, nigga. The fuck? And in the meantime, for you motherfuckers who don't understand these things, then you're saying people are worshiping idol. Now you don't worship idols, but now you're using God for you to get a car. The whole political bullshit, all the God shit you talking about, using the God to get a job, nigga. Your misery, God is misery bullshit. Not even your higher self. You the fucking one worshiping idol, nigga. A car is what that's what you identify yourself with. It's a self of net worth. You know nothing of self-esteem. And then you're the one talking about me worshiping idols? Anyway. Yeah. So, to summarize, spirituality is your motherfucking life, my nigga. Then now you have the occult, and then there's certain things we have to deal with because we understand the human psyche. We understand when the student is ready, only then can the teacher appear. And I see it happening all the time. Even to people, you never hear people like, okay, I'll give you a perfect example. I heard Kevin Gates said this shit. He said there's a lot of good women. Guess who fucked it up? Me. So technically what he's saying is he wasn't ready. I don't know if he's ready now though. But we ain't judging, we ain't saying none of that shit. But I'm just saying, technically what he was saying is good people are all around you, bro. When you're not ready for it, like I know, and I have experienced that. I believe everybody at some point in life had their breakthrough. You had your opportunity. It's either you were not ready for it, and when you're not ready for it, man, and you can even have a good person, even when you have a good person too. Even when you have a good person, bro, when you're not ready for it, you're not gonna treat this person as you should. You know why? Because you're not ready for it. And this is why you are the way. You are the way. And that's what Jesus meant by I am the way. You have to acknowledge that you are the way. See, then again, it's practical shit. Not something just to repeat, to sound cute, or to sound like you're being humble. Like you're doing something good because you're being humble. Nah, you're just being stupid. If it's true now, like for me, I don't fall for the fucking okie doke. You know how niggas be saying, Jesus Christ as my savior. People not talking about Jesus nowadays. okay, but I accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, I wouldn't be here. If it's practical, I get it. But if some shit to sound cute, like you humble, you a good person, get the fuck out of here. And for the most part, when you truly practical, nigga, trust me. Like for me, I ain't got to cry to say I accept Jesus Christ. Nigga, I mean, if anything, nigga, when you see me, you see Jesus, nigga. You hear me? I'm the proof. Fuck me saying anything about it. We're godly over here, man. And I know it, and other people who's been around me fucking knows it. You want to talk about it or you want to live it? I mean, of course, you could live it and talk about it too. But the bottom line here, I mean, shit, that's the point. You do want to talk about it as you live in it. And that's what makes it powerful too. Then you become in harmony with what you're saying, your words, your action, your thoughts. You become one now. Oh, you a bad motherfucker at this point. Now you have successfully become holistic, or you became perfect as the universe is perfect. Just like you see in the universe, you see the yin and the yin. You see good, you see bad. They're all part of the life that you're living in. You see pleasure, you see pain. And for you to grow, you need both. You need pleasure, you need pain. For a tree to grow, it needs water and it needs sun. And it needs darkness too. What the fuck else you want me to tell you? But anyway, I'm saying all of that to say, you are spirit, nigga. Spirituality is your life. But anyway, now that we got that out of the way, let's usher up into what we're here to talk about. You are fucking greater than religion. I mean, if it wasn't loud enough, if I didn't say it loud enough, well, let me emphasize on it now. If it somehow it was missed. Now, think about it this way, right? When you're reading a book, and that's what I was saying, because I was saving this for now. Reading a book and understanding a book has nothing to do with you learning how to read and write. That is why you'll see, when you go from high school, let's just say middle school, to high school, to college, to now to a graduate school, you still have teachers. Do you know why you still have teachers? Not because you don't know how to read or write. If that's all you needed and you have a book in front of you, well, have at it, motherfuckers. But that's not what happens. When you have a teacher, the teacher is helping you to develop a greater meaning or understanding. So now you can read or understand what is being said and what is being said. Another way of saying that is you're the one giving life to what you're reading. This is for my Bible niggas. And that's what you see after Jesus would read certain statements or paragraphs, and then he would say, today, this shit, this is what it is. And here's something else too. Just so I was talking about not casting your pearls before swine, when one of the disciples asked Jesus, why do you talk to these motherfuckers in parables? That's what the meaning of the parables were. But there's a whole other meaning to that too. And I'll talk about that. Not fuck it. Nah, I'll talk about that later because I just don't want to go too far out from what I'm talking about here. Right? Let's finish up this point, then we'll vacillate, right? And even your Bible says the same thing. The letters kills. But the Spirit gives life. That's why you will see it is your understanding of the book that makes the book pleasurable. You have to understand that. So that's why when you go see to your class for the first time, the teacher is giving you the understanding of the book. And then now it gives you readings. You got to do some readings now. You have the understanding. Then now go do the reading to put it together. Then now you'll have your homework as you're practicing that understanding. Then now you have the test with the memories to show how much of that shit you retain, niggas. I'm saying all of that to say, you are the one that give meaning to the book, not the other way around. The letters without understanding, it's just a fucking letter. There's a difference between, let's just say, and I think the Buddhists, they always use that fucking example. I could give you the musical notes, and playing the song with the musical notes are two different things. Are two fucking separate different things. That's why to talk about Jesus and being about Jesus are two different things. And that's what Jesus even was telling you too. Not everybody saying my name is automatically is part of the kingdom. Me saying, oh my God, I accept Jesus Christ as my Savior. I'm not mocking it neither. I'm saying you could say that too. You could do all that shit. If it's practical. And for the most part, when it's truly practical, nigga, trust me, it's gonna be different. When you're truly living a life, when you're truly being that, nigga, call me Satan all you want. Call me whatever the fuck you want. I know the life I'm living. And I know your lack of understanding too. So that's why even this conversation here, it's not going to be for everybody. I can't be for everybody, nigga. Shit, you got me fucked up. I'm giving you, those are the philosopher's stones, man. Those precious gems that I'm giving you, man. It can't be for everybody, man. This is quality, crème de la crème. It can't be for everybody, man. You know, to the pure, all is pure. The same thing that happens, that's why the nigga that didn't do his homework, who couldn't understand what the teacher was talking about in class, I mean, it's going to be hard for you to read unless if you somehow got the understanding elsewhere, but you're not going to understand it by reading it. This is why, like I always tell niggas, and this is from somebody who read a lot, you cannot approach this academically. And this is another reason why, too, you need to open up your third eye now. Now, when you open up your third eye, now you have the ability, you become more receptive to what is called those aha moments. Because those are the understanding that you need. Then now, listen, those books were written by people who have the understanding. They have those aha moments, then they write the book. Now, that book is not meant to put you in a box. That's why you have to be able to tap into shit. And I can't recall, was it Paul? Yeah, Saul who became Paul, whatever the fuck. This nigga was talking about, when you, I can't recall. Okay, you know what? Let me take that back. But there's a part, yeah. I mean, I talked about, like the spirit gives life. I can't recall who says it, but if you know, you know. What this is showing you, you know what I'm saying, is that understanding. Those books were written with the fucking understanding. Or you have a download, or as people like to say, God told me, and I know what they mean by that too. Whenever you hear somebody say, God told me, I know what it means. You tapped in. There's something that's hovering around. There's an energy, there's a message, there's something that you were able to tap into, that you received. You opening up your third eye, that's what it does. For you now to become more receptive to those energies. Then now, as you master it now, you may be willingly having the ability. That's what a psychic reader does. Now, by having my third eye open, I could tap into something. I could read somebody else's energy. Again, there's nothing supernatural about it. These are all your natural abilities once you have awakened the spiritual aspect of you. Again, if that is what you call supernatural, well, nigga, guess what? You are fucking supernatural. And that's why we call you spirit, bro. If you fully understand that by you being spirit, everything else, it just derives from you being spirit. Telepathy, well, that's you being spirit. Me having a mediumship ability, it's me being spirit. Meaning now I have the ability to talk to you in a physical form, and also those who are not in that physical form. That's just me being spirit. Or me having the ability to read certain energy. That's me being spirit, nothing else. It's just a side effect of that. So if you want to call that supernatural, well, nigga, we are all supernatural. But I understand why you may be calling it supernatural, because you only identify yourself with the limited aspect of you. You are bound by material bondage. You have not been set free yet. I understand. Oh, I do understand. And that's what we call in voodoo, the word voodoo in itself. Voo means intro. Do now into the mystère. This is you tapping into yourself. So now keep that in mind when we talk about spirit, right? And then we were talking about spirituality in everywhere around the world. People, even if you speak different languages, we are all testifying to who we are. This is where like voodoo is an African spiritual system, just like Buddhism, just like motherfucking Hinduism, just like the Sufis. It's nigga shit. Now, first of all, they're all nigga shit anyway. If you didn't know. All of these shit is nigga shit. Even your so-called Jesus that had the fucking, and that's what, unfortunately, a lot of people, they have the half of the knowledge. Whenever you see people who are telling you Jesus was black, his true identity, I mean, you have not found his true identity yet, because it's energetic. This is all from a fucking energetic perspective. It doesn't matter if it was black, if it was white. I mean, I get it. If you, okay, let's just say Jesus was black. And then what else? Let's change Jesus' picture right now. He's no longer a white man. What would that change for you? Okay, Jesus look like you. Fine. You're all getting closer. You know, I'm fair. I'll give you points for that. He looks like you. Because that was the overall point. I mean, just too. But not just he looked like you. The overall understanding is that just like him, you are made flesh. He's made flesh. Look at it from a marketing perspective, right? When you see Shaq or Martha Stewart or Snoop Dogg, they selling products. What do you see them doing? They wear it too. They wear the product. If Shaq is doing a commercial, let's just say, for like this fucking dumbbell, he's got to use it. That's how he gets you to use it. The idea of Jesus being made flesh is just for you to know that this is you. In other words, when you hear people say Jesus fought the fight for you, he didn't fight it so you don't fight. He fought the fight so you can fight your own fight, nigga. The idea is there. He did it. You can do it too. That's the understanding of Jesus in the flesh. It's symbolic to you. That's the idea. So if you need God to be black for you to can relate to that, I can understand. I could see it. That's why you'll see every religion, every culture, you know, your God look like you. I'll be fair. But yet, I hope you're not missing the overall point here. Yes, so you can relate, we can relate to it for what? That's the overall point. And that's what you want to ask yourself. If Jesus is black, okay. Jesus is black, okay. Now I can relate. To do what? For you to be your greatest version. As he is the Son of God. So now you know you also are the true living Son of the living God. That's the understanding behind it. You know, that's why you'll see when these niggas are doing those fucking commercials, they wearing the product, so you can wear it too, nigga. You feel me? I'm selling those, by the way, you know what I'm saying? Let me stop. You know, that's exactly what it is. See, that's why our ancestors, you know, we understand that shit. That's why now the true shit that you niggas should be talking about when they're using Jesus, they're using it for what? It's not that they're using African nigga shit. That is the blueprint. You cannot use, there's no way else on earth you're not going to use that fucking blueprint. It's the world. Horus is Jesus, got it. But why are they using Jesus for your ass though? That's what you should be concerned about. Not him being black or white or he existed, yes. Okay, that's cool points. Because when we did it, that's why our Jesus, Horus, is there to set you free. But this Jesus that they're giving you is putting you into slavery. It's for you to know that you ain't shit. And then you take pleasure in being in shit. And then when you see somebody who believes in who they are, then you said, look at them. You can't wait for them to fall. Can you see it now? They're using it now for you to be obedient. Just like I was telling you, that's what church is doing in your life. That's what religion is doing for you. Just like the brother who's walking around telling the young kids, I mean, which again, just like I was saying, I'm not against it. I understand that's where they at with it. Respectfully, it's all that. All I'm saying is it's different on this side, nigga. It's God over everything over here. Keep that bullshit conversation on that side. I don't give a fuck what a jail look like, what the fuck they doing, who they fucking, who they're not fucking. My life, I'm making the best out of it. I'm here to serve a community. I'm here to do the right thing. Because I'm the right thing. This is different. We speak from authority here. Godly, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't do shit because other people are looking at me. I'm this nigga here when you don't see me, nigga. This is a matter of fact for me. This is a practical shit. I stand on this. What the fuck? This is not a Sunday thing for me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing this to sound smart, nigga. I'm already smart. That's why I'm doing this. And why would you want to sound smart not being smart any fucking way? And when you're being smart, you know, it doesn't matter what you sound like. In fact, being smart sometimes you play dumb. In fact, let me say this, man, so you motherfuckers know who you're dealing with, man. I play dumb. I've never been a fool. I am as wise as a serpent and as a wolf, as cunning as a fox, as bold as a fucking lion, and having the state of mind of a dove, man. That's how we rocking over here. I stand on everything I just said, man. The fuck? Fuck out of here with this bullshit. But anyway, y'all niggas got me on some bullshit, man. This shit got the best of me, nigga. And I'm giving it the best of me, too. Why the fuck not? Come on, man. Anyway. Whew. So now going back to the book shit. That alone. You're the one who's making the book make sense. Like I said, if right now, if you're a Christian, what does Muhammad mean to you? I'm waiting. Not a motherfucking thing, right? This is why the purpose. That's why a truth never heard another truth. A man of God is a man of God regardless, nigga. Knowledge is knowledge regardless where it comes from. That's why Christianity is different now. These motherfuckers have a fucking agenda. Can you see why your colonizers used it? It's all mental, nigga. They understand. Can you see why you need a pope and an army? Because now you have the physical part of it, the government, to execute. And then you have the state of mind, which is the Pope, nigga. Do you see how these things work together? Can you see it now? You know what I'm saying? Can you see it now? Yo, Jesus Christ niggas, can you see how powerful these niggas are? And of course, with Jesus, everything is powerful. Everything. There's no limit. Of course, there's none. They're telling you that too. Because now with Jesus, they can control your mind. And then now with that, and then not just that, you're doing the work for them. You know, I mean, it took a couple of, things to get it in place. A couple of things. But other than that, and then guess what they tell you too? In spirituality, we do say this. Before I forget. or as it came to mind, you act like you're God. You see how I'm showing you how this is a practical matter? Where do you think the Christians get the idea of the Bible is everything? In the Bible. Where do you think they get the idea that their God is better than any other God? In the Bible. So what is the most important tool? It's the Bible. What is the mind control here? It's the Bible. Anything that is not of, like, one truth never hurt another truth, man. It wouldn't make any sense for me. Let's just say, that's why for me, I embody it all. But let's just say hypothetically, if I was only into voodoo or if I was only into Buddhism, you never see any one of these motherfuckers be like, man, fuck Jesus. You know why? Because part of their sacred text did not tell them that their God is the only God. So they are also acting like they're gods. We all act like they're like our gods. That goes for everybody, including myself. The only difference with me is that I act like all those gods because I know I'm all of them. That's the difference. And I truly understand the meaning of God in my life. Unlike you say it, but you don't understand it. You know, that's why you have Christian missionaries, they are on a mission. To convert your mind, you know, to get you to think like they think. Not for you to be your greatest version, for you to be like them. That's what your colonizers did. That's why they changed your name. You speak their languages. You know, like I was raised in Haiti. Like, niggas would not even, like, it's a curse to speak Creole in a fucking Haitian society. Niggas had to fight for them to speak their own language. Why? Because when you speak Creole, you're not speaking properly. To speak proper is to speak French. You see how idiotic that shit is? How close-minded? How much, on the flip side of that, no, do you see how powerful Jesus is? Do you see how powerful your mind is? Or the spell that they put you under, however the fuck, but how open you are to that slavery mentality is? Nigga, a language is a language just like any other fucking languages. Why do you use a language for? Isn't it a way to communicate? Isn't that the purpose? Like, if I was speaking to a fucking, let's just say a Spanish speaking audience, then I would speak Spanish. Or if I'm looking to target a greater audience, then I'll have a translation so they can understand what I'm saying. Isn't that the purpose of speaking a language, nigga? So now, then you have niggas now that are using a language as a way to dominate on others. It's no longer a way of communication. It's a way now, okay, I'm speaking, I'm validated. That's okie doke, man. This is true okie doke, man. You want to talk about insanity? Insanity? That is pure insanity. That is pure craziness, bro. Just when you thought being crazy was just throwing rocks or walking naked, no, this is crazy. This is a perfect example of you living in your mind. You know, the first thing they tell you about the subconscious mind, you don't know what is right, you don't know what is wrong. It's what you accept. And then now they build a whole fucking reality out of that stupidity. It's what you make it. So a lot of you have a whole country that is living in their mind. Another way of saying that, with a conditioning mind or under mind control. You say it however the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? You're not even in tune with reality. Oh, your mind is a powerful thing, nigga. God is everything. Trust and believe, however the fuck you look at it. Either you looking at it to free your own self, or to be enslaved. However the fuck you choose to use it, you can either be saved by God or died by God. And that's what you're seeing. Every time you're saying that a Bible, a book, is greater than you, unfortunately, you're being enslaved by the very first thing that was supposed to set you free. How can a religion be greater than you when these instructions are testimonies to help you? The Jesus story, it's your reality. It's showing you, as you becoming the Christ, the shit you're gonna have to go through, the betrayal. People are talking about chosen ones, and all that shit. Your haters, who the fuck do you think they are? That is the story. The crab in the barrel mentality. And who the fuck did they choose? They choose Barnabas over Jesus, bro. And that's the same thing. Like, you would rather listen to, let's just say, a Black Power nigga than me telling you this shit to set you free. Because what you're truly looking for, that Black Power nigga, you're looking to follow. It's okay. I mean, you've been trained to be a follower, so you're just looking for a better follower now. I got it. Whereas you should be following you. So what you see with those other religions, none of them speak that way. You know why? Because there's nowhere in their text where it says their God is the only God and they shouldn't be open to any other gods. That is why you will see a Buddhist, whoever the fuck, they would be open to everybody else. When you talk about, let's just say, you ask a Muslim what he thinks about Jesus. He was a prophet. I mean, how do you go against, like, how do you say no? This is the thing too. As a Christian, like, you are automatically claiming Buddha to be evil, and you don't even know Buddha? That's crazy, B. That's like you motherfuckers, you talking about voodoo, you don't even know fucking voodoo, bro. You don't. None of you motherfuckers do. All you know is witchcraft, and then you call that voodoo. I heard a nigga talking about voodoo. This nigga was talking about hoodoo and voodoo, right? He said, well, and those are your community leaders too. Y'all woke motherfuckers. With your bullshit spiritual community, right? This motherfucker was like, well, hoodoo, well, I want you guys, before you go watch this movie, I want you guys to know the difference between hoodoo and voodoo. Voodoo is witchcraft and hoodoo is what, nigga? I mean, I get what he was trying to say, because technically when you're dealing with voodoo, you're dealing with spirit. I mean, that's not what he was trying to say, because he didn't know what he was saying any fucking way. But that goes to show you, he claimed to be talking about knowledge, but what he was really talking about, it was what was already presented to him. And here's something else too. That's why you got to go inside. How do you have the spirit of discernment if you don't if you don't embrace you? The only way to have that spirit of discernment is you got to go within. Then that spirit now will guide you. I mean, I get it. Hoodoo, voodoo, whatever the fuck. Voodoo, Santeria, it's all the same shit. They all dealing with spirit. First of all, you all spirit any fucking way. What the fuck are you afraid of? I get it. You're still under that spell. That's truly what it is. Let's keep it 100%. A lot of you motherfuckers, you have niggas who came from a religious background now who trying to be spiritual. But those two don't go together. It's either you fully born again or you're not. You know, and that's what Jesus was trying to tell you, man. How do you can't use a fresh wine into a old bottle, nigga. An old wine bottle. It's not gonna taste good. You're not truly gonna be fully developed. And that's what you see. See, that nigga saying that shit, I already know what his background was. And that background, you don't have to go to church to have that background though. Just so you guys know. It's already instilled in you. And this is what you need to understand about religion too. You don't have to believe in religion to have a religious perspective. Because society is already constructed from that model. Even though they may not talk about, don't worry about the fact that, I know some of you motherfuckers are saying that's why they don't have church in class, in school, none of that shit. Don't worry about it. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. They're all working together. Trust me. It's the same baseline understanding. But truly to step into spirituality, it's a whole different mentality. First of all, you are spirit. Since when dealing with other spirit? You listening to me now, this is you being a spirit listening to another spirit, nigga. I hope you know that. But anyway, yeah, so you have motherfuckers who don't know what they're talking about or who's going with the information that is given to them because they have not done the experience. And then now who's telling you about what hoodoo is? Do you see what I'm saying? Again, you are greater than fucking religion. So now what you see with those other religion, that's why none of them have issues with fucking Jesus. What religion do you know? And again, I'm trying to get you to see, you act like you're God. And that is a matter of fact. It doesn't matter if you have faith or not. It doesn't matter. That goes for everybody. So now I'm trying to get you to see the reason why the Bible is the Bible for these niggas. Do you know what they do? They go by book references, not experiences, not a true life experience. That's another way for you to die. That's another way for you saying you don't understand. This book is not there to serve you. You serving the book. And they would say that to you too. So they know what the fuck they doing. You know, like if you want me to tell you anything that is of validity, what would you like me to show you? Show it to you in the Bible, right? Peekaboo. Peekaboo, nigga. If it's not, is it said in there? Like idiots, man. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you want to talk about okie dokes? Man. And then these are the motherfuckers, like, what reality are you guys living in? These niggas, y'all niggas, y'all saw a statue and they, oh, this is evil, man. I you know, it spook you. And it does too. Because those statues are tools. They awaken something in you. It's either it shows the bitch assness in you, or you use it to elevate the divinity in you. Which one are you doing? But anyway, it's crazy, man. You know, now you have niggas that are using book references. If it's not written there, it doesn't valid. Then now you have other motherfuckers now, to make matters even worse, that are using other book now as a source of Bible now. You know, then it went from the Bible to now, okay, what book did you get that from? Do you see what I'm saying? Now, granted, I'm not saying, you know, I mean, do you see what I'm saying? It's like it has become a book thing. I mean, I definitely get it. If we're talking about geometry, I mean, if we're talking about, let's just say, geography. If I'm telling you, okay, let's just say in Georgia has a population of, let's just say, 2 million people. Now, I could get it if you want to get the reference of the book of where I got that from. And even that is not fucking accurate. Even those censorship that the fuck that they're doing, it's not 100% accurate, nigga. I know for me, you know how many of those forms that I received that I didn't fill out? How many have you filled out yourself? I mean, before you start telling me that, you know, I mean, I'm not serving the community. Before you get on my case. You know what I'm saying? Let's get on your motherfucking case first. Even that, I mean, it gives you a good estimate. It gives you an idea. I get it. Do you see what I'm saying? Now we're becoming like we're so depending on, okay, what's the data? What's this? What's that? What's that? Now, granted, I'm not saying you shouldn't be used. The datas are not useful. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm trying to show you a co-dependency on that. Just like a book, any type of book, there are some books that are very knowledgeable. In fact, I'm writing a book now. It's gonna be knowledgeable. It's gonna be good. There's a bunch of great books. Yes, I'm not denying that. But what I'm saying is, what you call in a good book, it has to have a practical meaning into your life. That's one. That's 2, 3, 4. But first and foremost, you gotta be in a perfect alignment for you to even understand it. Then now to practice it. That's why they tell you the Spirit gives life. Your understanding when you're reading a book, because I know even for me, there's been books that, I'm gonna exaggerate just a little bit, that I finally understand yesterday that I wrote, that I've read. Essentially what I'm saying here, there's been book that I read, let's just say in 2008, and then I finally grasped it a few years later. And trust and believe, nigga. I know my grammars. I'm nice with everything, nigga. But there's a understanding that I didn't have, because you're bringing your meaning into the book. And that goes for every books. But now, what niggas are doing with the Bible now, so you understand, it's a matter of following those instructions. This is why it has nothing to do with the experience, the understanding. There are followers. That's why they're using book references. That's why you asking me if I were to tell you anything, show it to me in the Bible. If it's not in the Bible, nigga, you lying. Can it be in life? But not just that. As you claiming the Bible to be the Bible, then you understand that not all the books made it into the Bible, right? And what makes the Bible, it's a compilation of different books, right? So therefore, there has to be a process of selection and elimination to have what you have in your hands now. And if so far I'm doing so good, so that means the very understanding that you have now, what you claim to be the Bible, it was conditioned for you to see it that way. And if so far I'm doing good so far, so far so good, nigga. If that's the case, man, you are in deep shit. You not having the experience that would allow you to truly become the fully developed human being that you are. You are saying Jesus, but you know nothing of Jesus. Meanwhile, you're looking at the same exact example that Jesus went through. How, society being in the world and not of the world. Jesus was not voting, nigga. I don't know. Do you know which party he was voting for? He voted for? Was it Pilate or Herod that he liked better? Was Jesus Democrat or Republican? I don't know. I'm asking. Or was he telling you something that would benefit you? Was he talking about this government and that government? Was he trying to come up with some economic plans? Or was he telling you to rely on the Most High to transcend all of this bullshit that you guys are subscribed to? Y'all chose Barnabas, bro. And it's the same shit over that's taking place. Even when Jesus was sent to, the nigga said, you know what? I don't see anything wrong with this nigga, but let me give it to the people. You know why he did that? This is what your politicians are doing nowadays. They not like us. They want to sound like you. They want your vote. I'm doing this for you. They going with the popular view. I don't want to be associated with this thing because this thing's going to make me look bad. Meanwhile, Jesus was hanging out with hoes, nigga. Drinking and all that. Probably smoking too. I could see one of you motherfuckers going like, I'm going to hell, huh? But let's just say hypothetically, if Jesus was a nigga though. yo, if Jesus was a nigga, you know he was puffing, nigga. He was puffing, passing, nigga. I don't know, help me. I need help. I know we one of you motherfuckers, yeah, you truly need help. Maybe I do. Maybe not your help, stupid motherfucker. But anyway. Huh? So even that, okay, what is it exactly that Jesus did that you all following? You Jesus lovers, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? My Lord and Savior. Huh? Come on, man. The truth is, man, niggas talk about Jesus, talk about God, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't be here, because you got a house, nigga. That's truly what it comes down to, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a couple of toys. You know what I'm saying? God is good all the time. You know what I'm saying? Ask your pastors, man. And that's all you need to give to God too. Hey, man. Hey, again, you know what I'm saying? You guys are going there to feel good, though. It's that feeling good. And that's the same thing they did with the fucking Secret, too. I'm going to talk about that shit, too. The fucking Secret. I'll probably, shit. I'll get done with that, man. I'm feeling on some bullshit. I don't want to compile all that shit together. The same shit that they did doing with the fucking Secret, too. Niggas, you want to sound good. You want to feel good. You know what I'm saying? The Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This nigga did the same thing, too. You know, like, it was, you know, when I first read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I was, man, it was, you know, I was probably 20. It was a new understanding. It was a couple things. It was an eye-opener. I'm like, oh, shit. And even his approach, too. He approached it in a storytelling, because those are the best way to convey a message. Listen, our ancestors, they knew what's up, niggas. We are the true mentalist, the true alchemist. We know how the mind works. You know, and everything they calling you evil and all that shit, you know, that's what you're seeing in your fucking commercial. They know how to use that shit on you. All right? With your Gucci shit. You know what I'm saying? It's Gucci, huh? You Gucci, nigga. Y'all motherfuckers, man. You motherfuckers. Y'all Gucci niggas. But, yeah, man. Niggas want to feel good. Even with the law of manifestation shit. They selling you the marketing was genius, man. Hey, listen, man. I can't be no hater. It was genius. You know, they give you everything that you already know, you already experienced. What was the secret about the Secret when it's been known for years? If you're really going to talk about the Secret, you know what I'm saying? The Secret is, the truth is just like everything else. You wake up to everything. This ain't no fucking secret, nigga. What was secretive about it? You know what I'm saying? You mean and then you think manifesting, you just going to imagine shit? And you're gonna manifest shit just by imagining shit? Alright, let me know. Whenever you see anything, if it works that much, why do you have so many techniques, nigga? Why do you need to have so many techniques? You know what I'm saying? Niggas want to get the result, but you don't want to change. That's why you're not manifesting. You don't have a manifestation issue. Because the universe, you're already that. You manifesting everything. Now, for you to truly, I mean, and here's something else too. You have to change first before your reality change. That's what moving by faith is. And you only need a small amount of faith by you knowing the truth. The truth is, you are a mirror. The universe is responding, is reflecting you. So before, if you're going to change, before your environment change, well, you got to change first. And it's going to take a minute for shit to change around you. And that's why, too, when you change, shit around you changed. There's no techniques there. There's no secret. That's why your affirmation means nothing. You could affirm all day long until you become your affirmation. And you need a little bit of faith, because now change, it's not, you're not going to change tomorrow and then your environment change, nigga. What the fuck? No. You have to change first. Then you're going to start changing your environment. Some of the motherfuckers you used to hang out with, you don't hang out with these motherfuckers no more. You keep doing that. You keep at it. And then, you know, the universe is like, okay, I mean, for lack of better terms, it's going to say like, you for real, but it's not really for real. Like, you've been for real, but you have to change first, and then your environment is going to be the last thing to change. It's not to imagine anything. Nah, motherfucker. And then when your environment now is going to change, guess what's going to take place? Your whole world's going to have to crumble for the new to appear. That's why you'll see anybody who's been on your spiritual path, you're going to see shit around you start to crumble, nigga. Don't worry about it. Stay calm in the middle of the storm, nigga. That's true manifestation, nigga. It's not imagining shit in your mind and then thinking, no, you have to become that. You want abundance, you got to be abundant. Meaning, even when you don't have money, nigga, I make poverty look good, nigga. Ever since even shit, I go to places niggas think I got millions, which I do. It's the energy. So when you see me having my millions, nigga, I've been having it. Fuck out of here. Which I do. It's a state of mind. You gotta be abundant. Meaning money don't define you. You know what I'm saying? How can you be abundant when money defines you? You may not have like shit, nigga. I may not be able to like just say shit, like buy a bottle of some shit. And that having the bottle too doesn't make me fucking abundant neither. Because you could have your paycheck. That's why you have fake motherfuckers that be faking. And that's what fake motherfuckers do. They just want to look good in front of people. And then that shit is being translated. That shit goes so far. And that's what you see. They selling you success. So now I was just telling you guys about the rich dad, poor dad shit. All right. And then I never was the type of guy to go to a fucking seminar. But they had one that was free, right? And then I said to myself, you know what? It doesn't hurt. Let me put myself in a different environment. I was saying to myself, let me put myself in. And then to come to find out, these niggas are making money, bro. They selling you a dream. Like when you go to a seminar like that nigga was doing, people using their credit cards, you want to do this, you want to do that, and then you have tons. I'm looking at the line, I'm like, and I left. I only spent 5 minutes because I saw the game. And that was back in, what is it, 2014? I think it was 2014 when I went. Back when I was still in Pennsylvania. I'm like, oh shit. And then not just that, after I got the Rich Dad Poor Dad shit, this nigga had other books. So I thought, I loved the idea, and then let me see what else he's talking about. It's just the same exact shit. This nigga got even like 7-8 books giving you the same format, the S, this is where you at, the employees, the business, this is all that. You know what I'm saying? And people are buying it. Like at first, I did purchase because I thought, he was talking about different things. I'm like, oh, nah, player, come on, man. This nigga got me. He had me, though. I want my money back, bitch. But anyway, I'm saying all of that to say, and it's the same thing, man. They selling you a dream. You guys are buying dreams. It's the same thing with the fucking Secret, man. The Secret, they selling you a dream because you already know it. Steve Harvey did the same shit with think like a man and act like a lady. If you're thinking like a man, there's no way you're going to act like a lady already to begin with. But it was successful because guess what? You're already thinking like a man. All he had to do, and this is what marketing does, and this is great marketers understand that. It's telling you what you're already thinking about, but in a way that is appealing to you. Then you go like, yes! You know what? I was like, these bitches who went and bought that book, they already know, okay, you know what? That's why the whole feminist movement, right? These niggas, they know they're females, but they want to be better men. These are the niggas that are competing with men to show you that I'm a lady, but I'm better at what I do. I'm better at what you do. So now those were the motherfuckers now, that's what they fighting for. They miss out the whole true feminist movement, what it is, what it means, what it truly should be about. They just trying to be better niggas. And now this is what you're saying. Oh, if you said men, did you include women? I had a bitch told me once, she was watching my shit, and that was her fucking comment. I mean, shit, like, why was I talking? My example was a lot referring to women. I didn't mention anything about men. Alright, well, shit, what the fuck you want me to do? Just like when I was using that fucking example, if I'm gonna tell you about illusion to go past it, I'm using a fucking women. And that's why women were also used as fucking illusion too. Not because in a sense they're all true illusion, but they were used as an illusion because, you always see sex, you see ass, and then you fail to look at the person for truly what they are. That's why women are used as fucking illusion when we're talking about illusion, but not to attack a feminine, like, do you see what I'm saying? Not the idea is not to attack, not because I'm anti-feminist, but those shit, I'm not even gonna respond to that shit anyway. Like, niggas, I mean, alright. If I'm anti-feminist, alright, nigga, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's just insane, man. It's insane. But anyway, my niggas, I'm gonna let you guys go, man. The bottom line, the point here is that you are greater than a fucking, than fucking religion. And religion is there to serve you, not the other way around. Nor, there's no fucking book, regardless of how good the information is. First of all, for you to even know how good the information is, that's because you have some sense in you. Everything, they are there to serve you. There's no fucking religion that is greater than you. They are there to serve you. And regardless of what spiritual system you choose to use, when we speak about the truth, it's not to take you away from that spiritual system to put you into another. If you're a Buddhist, if you into voodoo, you hear a Buddhist speaking about the truth, it's not gonna turn you into a fucking Buddhist, nigga. It's gonna make you a better vaudouisant, if that's what you are. If you're a Buddhist and you're listening to what I'm talking about here, somehow you listen to some voodoo shit, it's not gonna make you wanna become a voodoo, no, it's gonna make you better of what you already are. That's what the truth does to you, nigga. Not the other way around. Anytime you hear somebody telling you your shit ain't good, my shit is better, run away. And that's the idea. That's why Christianity has a fucking agenda. That's the agenda. Because it's not truly God, it's not truly understanding. Because if it's truly understanding, you don't have to, that's like me telling you, you have to dress like me for you to truly be free. The fuck? What the fuck does that mean? That's like me telling you you gotta have dreads. You don't have to do none of that shit. You don't like dread? Fine. You could be free in other ways. Like for me, it works out for me as part of who I am. As a divine feminine, that's another way for me to express my femininity through my hair. In fact, when I was in high school, I wanted to kind of like, grow my hair, do dread because everybody was doing that. I can never do it. I would start, and then in the middle of it, my hair was too much. It was a lot. No, I couldn't do it. And as I started delving into my spirituality, my intuition was getting stronger, and then that transformation take place. It took place to a point where, I remember, and I always talk about this, I remember I was in line for something, and then I was in deep thoughts. I was thinking about something, and there was the guy behind me, and goes like, "Yo, Dread, it's time for you to go." Like, who the fuck you talking to? Like, cause it was funny, as I grew my hair, I never looked at myself as a fucking dread nigga. Until years later, I'm like, oh, okay. But I was going through my transformation, and it pretty much become that way. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So I'm saying that to say, the truth is the truth, man. One truth should never, if I'm telling you something real, you said, yeah, that's right. Now you may decide to, let's just say, to become a Buddhist if that's what you want. You may decide to become into Hinduism if that's what you want, or you may choose to any African spiritual system that you want, Santeria, Voodoo, whatever the fuck. You may choose to do all of that, but it's not gonna be because or somehow you may resonate to it to a certain way, then you choose to do it. That's different. But it's not because, they're convincing you this truth is the ultimate truth, or the Buddhist, man, if you want to know the real truth, you got to be a Buddhist, man. If you want to know the real truth, you got to be, the truth is the truth. And one truth never hurt another truth. If I'm Buddhist, you Voodoo, you say some real shit, I'm going to have to be like, yo, nigga, that's some real shit. And vice versa. But if you're Christian, would you be able to do that? I'll leave that with you. So that means if you're not able to do that, that means you are one-sided, you're selecting your truth, you have a fucking agenda. And again, what you don't understand, what you accept without understanding, you doing it unknowingly and without understanding neither. And that's what you see. And that's what you see niggas that went into the Bible. That's when you start to awaken a little bit. That's when I went through it. That's why I'm not judging you neither. But hopefully this was meant to help you to kind of see yourself, to snap out of it. Because a lot of us, we automatically went into it because, like I said, we accepted something we didn't understand. That's why you'll see a lot of Christians would have a little bit of hard time when you say, like, do you understand the African had a spiritual system before Christianity? They would not understand that. Because that requires a little bit of understanding first for you to do that. For you to understand, hey man, it's just different religion. That doesn't mean their God is bad. This God, like, you mean to tell me the Buddhist God is wrong because of what exactly? Because your Bible said so? And on top of it, you don't even know nothing about them. Come on, bro. Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? But anyway, I get it because, you know what I'm saying, I have compassion for you. And I totally understand it too. Because anything you take without understanding, you just a product of your environment. I guess. I wouldn't call it a victim, because, I was under that spell too. I came out of it. At the end of the day, even if you are in your own way, you are still the way. You know what I'm saying? I hope Jesus opened up your eyes, nigga. And then we're going to live it here. Always remember, sometimes what breaks your heart, open up your vision. For you to do, you have to be. And what you do for money, you do it badly any fucking way. You know what I'm saying? And always, the remedy of the pain is in the pain. Haitien. Bravo. Mali.